Okay, so no, Vladimir Putin was born October 7th. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought he was a Cancer. Wow. Wow. That must have been done because they mad at Putin. I don't know. But anyway, so I thought he was a Cancer. So no, Putin is a Libra. Okay? Anyway, but yeah, so she does, they do disinformation, right? Like Fickle Haley. Okay, so now, Safa 28, 1446, September 1st, 2024, till Juma, Juma? Is it Juma? Till what was it? Juma al-Awwal. Judah, I forget, al-Awwal. Oh my gosh, this was bad. I was in a hurry today. This was bad. Writing Juma. Okay, we'll go Judah, Juma. Okay, so Safa 28, 1446, September 1st, 2024, till Juma al Awal, 17, 1446, Pluto returns to, okay, I didn't go there. Okay, I didn't finish that out. So we got September 28, Safa 28, 1446, and that will be September 1st, 1424, till Juma al Awal 17, and that's supposed to be November 19th, I think. Pluto will return to Capricorn, right? So Pluto will return to Capricorn from September, from Safa 28, 1446 to September 1st. No, that will be September 1st, and it will be there till Juma al Awal 17, 1446, and that will be November 19th, right? And that then November 19th, Pluto will return to the celestial house. No, during that time, Pluto will be in the celestial house of Capricorn, and only in November 19th will Pluto return to Capricorn, right? I mean to Aquarius. So it will be return to a Capricorn and then return back to Aquarius. Now notice that date. In between that's going to be an eclipse, right? Okay, so now, and that will be Pluto returning to Capricorn to finish up the business, to put the seal on the deal, because there's the seal on the, events that, transpired throughout the shift, right? Okay, to mark the completion of the shift from, for the world. It'll be a change in celestial power, right? A shift in power. Okay, now, marking the completion of that shift in power, right? Because the shift in power is complete, but the eclipse will mark that shift, right? Now, so so it will return. During that time, it will be in Capricorn. It will return from Aquarius to Capricorn. And then November 19th, that will be Juma al Awal 17. And that will be November 19th, 2024. Okay, now, and that Capricorn will, to place the celestial seal, a lunar eclipse, to mark the shift in celestial power from the galactic alignment 50,000 celestial year cycle to the new age of and the age of and going from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius, right? And that will be the celestial power will be going to the new Ramadan cosmically integrated Holy Spirit field, in which represented by Revelation 12, right? And the planetary alignment, 1987 planetary alignment, harmonic cosmic convergence, right? A global MJ, LA, or LA MJ, and LA MJ represents divine Luma, right, as represented by Revelation 12. And so the MJ LA, Royal Purple Rainbow Kingdom, I like to change it to 97. 97, because it still represents 7, right? 97 still represents 16, which still represents 7, which represents 52, right? Which is what Michael referred to his global kingdom, or his kingdom 52. So now we call it 97. Okay, of Juma, and 97 represents Ramadan 7. Okay, so kingdom 52 represents Ramadan 7. Okay, 9-7, right? Okay, of Judah, or Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, or okay. Now, and there will be a great, as we said, the eclipse will represent that, and the eclipse will be a wall. No, Jumada, that's what it is, not Juma. Jumada el Awal 5th, 1446, November 8th, 2024, and there's going to be an election that day, right? That's the day of the election. There's going to be an eclipse, and that will be November 8th, 2024, right? That will be 8/11, all right, or 11/8, right? Okay, now, so we're going to go say the Ramadan. Okay. The Ramadan Phenix Golden Lotus full moon in Virgo is protected by the celestial maternal grandmother Maxine, Queen Maxine Thomas, and is squaring Venus and Mars, the celestial maternal grandfather. Okay, legendary San Diego Chargers, Cincinnati Bengal Tiger, Frank James Buncombe Jr., right? As represented by his grandson, the 1987, the harmonic convergence, right? That's what this represents, this full moon in Aquarius, not a full moon in Virgo, right? And Mars, right, okay, no, that Mars, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, not right now. Okay, so 5/24, 1432, January 28th, 2011, as represented by the avatar that deactivated the Christ consciousness of Islam, right, of peace, which we're supposed to be in harmonize with, right, in harmony with, harmonically converging with. We are harmonically to converge with peace, with Islam, right? Okay, to have the Christ consciousness. Right? And anybody going against that, like the beast. See, the beast wants you to be outstanding of peace because he's outstanding. Then the whole world would be in turmoil. But no, don't get in his mess. Let him stay full of rage, the madness. Let him stay possessed, because guess what? When those meteorites come in, they're going to destroy that country. Not that country, but they're going to destroy that occupation. When the meteorites come in, they're going to destroy that occupation. That's why the Muslims are being moved out of the way. They think they're being persecuted, but that's the way to get them out of the way. Because that beast is mad. He's mad. Like I said, who kills over 100,000 people, digs up the remains of the deceased to kill them, bombs to destroy their remains, bombs their churches, their hospitals, goes in the hospital and kills the people in the hospital beds, and the wounded that come to the hospital are targeted. The ambulances are targeted. Their schools or supermarkets, their sanctuaries are targeted with bombs, right? Because supposedly 14, military personnel came in and killed a number of their people, the occupiers. Let's say they killed 1,000 people. Is it, valid? First of all, they're occupiers, and they say they have the right to defend themselves. That's like the rapist saying, the person fighting back does not have a right to fight him back, or he has the right to kill them because he has the right to defend himself, right? And that's the example they're giving. So the Palestinians should just allow them to be, bomb them, kill their children, incarcerate their children, starve them, keep them in prison, and not say anything or do anything about it, because then they would be acting out of peace. They would be acting violently, terrorists. They would become terrorists, right? The terrorist says that his victim does not have the right to defend himself. And if the victim chooses to defend himself, then the terrorist has the right to defend himself, right? So now, so the victim defends himself, kills, let's say, 1,000 people. And the occupier, right, the oppressor, bombs over, kills over, slaughters, massacres over 100,000 people. And most of them are orphans. Most of them are children and women, right? Because the men are, you know, persecuted, as you've seen in the videos. So a lot of the children come from single family homes, broken families, destroyed families, right? And take away their food, electricity, basically leave them in the wilderness, cold, to die, digs up their ancestors, the remains of their ancestors, to destroy them, blowing up graveyards, going into hospitals to kill the people in the bed. That's madness. That's demon possession. And America supports it. The corpse America supports it because they're demon possessed. Look what they did to the natives of this country, right? Look what they did to the natives, right? They did basically the same thing, right? The so-called Trail of Tears, right? They did that to the natives, right? Look how they enslaved the Hebrew Israelites with no mercy, no compassion. Okay, so they're mad. He's mad. And Allah is going to deal with him. Allah is going to deal with him. So, don't get involved with that, because it's going to be divine intervention. Because they're not standing with Muhammad. They're standing against Muhammad. They're standing out of alignment with the universe. They are not cosmically integrated. They are not harmonically converging with the universe. They are outstanding. And anybody outstanding, not harmonically converged, will be destroyed. It's a time of peace, a time of rejoicing, a time of, you know, rebuilding, a time of restoration. So, you know, divine intervention is coming their way, right? So don't get involved in that, you know, that genocide, because they're only killing themselves. You'll see. Then when divine retribution comes upon them, what they're going to be doing, they're going to be saying, oh, help us, help. They're going to be begging for help. They're going to say they're killing them. It's genocide. It's this. It's merciless. Then they're going to be crying when the shoe gets on the other, like they say, there's no fun when the rabbit has a gun. When the rabbit has a gun and the rabbit defends himself, then those Zionist occupiers are going to be screaming and crying for the world to come help them. They'll be saying, it's like Hitler again. No, Hitler killed the Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew killed real Jews. Those are not real Jews. So they're going to cry. They're going to beg for the world to help them. And the world's not going to have any mercy, because they didn't have any mercy. Okay? So that's what's going to happen to them. Don't get involved in that. Okay? In the name of Allah, don't get involved in that. Okay. So, okay, so now, as we said, the Ramadan golden lotus moon in Virgo is protected by the celestial maternal grandmother, right? And that is as represented by the squaring of Venus and Mars with the celestial grandfather, right? And it's squaring Jupiter, right? So this new moon is squaring I forget, it's not squaring Jupiter, but it's from what I remember it said it's squaring Jupiter. But and Jupiter is represented by the celestial grandmother. It's protected by Jupiter, right? And the celestial grandmother is represent Jupiter is represented by the celestial grandfather, right? I mean grandmother, right? Queen Maxine Thomas, right? Okay, now the celestial maternal grandfather, and it's in Taurus, right? It's in Taurus. Jupiter's in Taurus, as well as Uranus is in Taurus too, right? Okay, so it's squaring. Okay, so it's protected this new moon, right? This full moon in Virgo, and by the conjunction of Mars and Venus and Mars in the celestial house of Aquarius, representing the celestial grandfather and the natal Mars for America, right? Um, so the legend in as we said, the grandfather, celestial grandfather is the legendary San Diego Charger and Cincinnati Bengal Tiger, Frank James Buncombe Jr., okay, whom the grandson, Mohammed Hussein Ahmed, uh, represents, right? At 1987. Okay, so Safa 24, 1332, January 28, 2011, the Christ consciousness, the avatar of the Christ consciousness was delivered as it represents by this Virgo full moon. Okay, it's the Christ consciousness of peace to which we all ought to ascribe to, as reflected by Ramadan, beginning Ramadan 1st. 1445, which is March 11th, 2024, right? So the door will be open, new beginnings, 311, new beginnings as it relates to 11, okay? Okay, so the new age of peace, because the Christ consciousness, the avatar of the Christ consciousness has activated the Christ consciousness in the head, right? Awaken the head, myself, Aries, right? Representing the Pluto, representing the Christ consciousness, right? To be delivered to the new age, right? The new kingdom, right? For the new 50,000 celestial year cycle, being the mother, right? Okay. Also being the mother, as it represents by uh, the moon, celestial, the moon, uh, sign, right? My moon sign, my celestial house is for my natal moon sign is Cancer. My ascendant is Pisces, right? So being representing the mother, either way it goes, right? Okay. As it relates to the eclipse, the 15th of Ramadan, 6/9 in Libra, right? On the in Pisces, I mean in Libra on the axis of Pisces, right? The axis of Isis, right? Pisces, right? Okay, so okay. So it says, what do we say? The January, okay. So now, so the Christ consciousness has been delivered for the new age of Aquarius. As the new age of Aquarius is represented by Safa 29, 1399, which is also January 28th. 1979, which was also reflected by the new moon in Virgo, which was Safa 29, 1445, which was on the birthday, no, the transitional date of the celestial grandfather, which was September 14th, 2023, and that was after the child Revelation 14, Revelation the second part of Revelation 12, right? Okay, which was the delivery of the new age, as it represents the new age of Aquarius, as it represents Virgo, as it represents Michael Jackson being the father, as it represents Michael Jackson, Pluto being there, as it represents Pluto now being in the house of Aquarius, celestial house of Aquarius in the new age, and the new eclipse in the Virgo, in the new eclipse and the giving birth Pisces, as it represents the axis of Pisces with the eclipse of the 6/9 Ramadan Ramadan 9/6, as it represents 60, the year 1969, with the transition of my father, right? Masha, Rabbeinu Fazakim. Okay, so now we have, okay, so, and the one who delivered the new age of Aquarius is, of course, myself, Masaria Madunya, Queen of Queens, Phenix, Ramadan, L. Jackson, right? Myself being the celestial mother, Revelation 12, right? Giving birth to the kingdom, the new kingdom, Christ King, the new kingdom of cosmically integrated MJLA, Purple Royal Kingdom, right? Giving birth to the new age of Aquarius as a end of 50,000 New Year cycle, right? Right, and delivering the Christ consciousness, right? Okay. So we have, what did we say? I hope I have not much left. Oh, good. Alhamdulillah, I'm almost done. We're going to go to video 13.